We, the workers and communities of Severna, in our pursuit of equality, justice, and the right to self-determination, hereby establish this Constitution to govern our nation based on the principles of syndicate democracy. We recognise the importance of direct democracy, worker empowerment, and local autonomy in shaping our collective future. Article 1. Fundamental Principles. Worker Empowerment. All government authority in Severna is derived from workers and their local assemblies. Workers are the primary stakeholders in their workplaces, industries, and communities. Direct democracy. Decisions at all levels of government shall be made through direct democracy. Every eligible worker has the right to participate in decision making, and their voices shall be heard and respected. Article 2. Structure of government. Local level. Workers' assemblies. Each workplace or community or locality shall have a workers' assembly composed of eligible workers as the primary decision-making body for local affairs. Workers' assemblies are responsible for managing and making decisions related to their workplaces, production, local resources, and community development. Regional level. Regional workers' federations. Workers' assemblies may choose to federate at a regional level to facilitate coordination, information sharing, and resource pooling. Regional workers' federations can address regional matters such as transportation networks, regional infrastructure, and inter-regional cooperation. National level. National Workers' Congress. Delegates from regional workers' federations may convene in the National Workers' Congress to address national matters that cannot be adequately resolved at lower levels. The National Workers' Congress is responsible for shaping national policies, representing Severna internationally, and addressing matters of shared interest among different regions and districts. Council of Experts. Workers may elect 3 experts who possess specialised knowledge and expertise in various fields to provide technical advice and recommendations to the National Workers' Congress. The Council of Experts does not possess any legislative or executive authority, but serves as a valuable resource for informed decision making. Article 3. Legislative powers. National Workers' Congress. The National Workers' Congress, established, has the authority to propose, debate, and enact laws and policies that apply to the entire nation. Proposed legislation must be discussed and ratified by the workers' assemblies in the regions to ensure it aligns with local interests and principles. Local workers' assemblies. Local workers' assemblies have the authority to make and enforce rules and regulations specific to their workplaces, communities, or districts, as long as such rules do not conflict with national laws. Article 4. Judiciary. Dispute resolution. Disputes within workplaces and communities are primarily resolved through negotiation, dialogue, and consensus at a local level. In cases where disputes cannot be resolved locally, regional or national mechanisms for mediation and arbitration may be established. Legal framework. The National Workers' Congress is responsible for establishing and maintaining a legal framework that outlines workers' rights, responsibilities, and principle of justice within Severna. The legal framework emphasises fairness, justice, and the protection of workers' rights consistent with the principles of syndicate democracy. Article 5. Ownership of infrastructure and other essential services. Ownership of vital infrastructure, including but not limited to transportation networks, energy generation and distribution, and water supply and communications, shall be publicly owned and managed by the state. The state shall ensure their equitable accessibility and maintenance for the benefits for. Prohibition on profiteering from basic necessities. It is a fundamental principle of Severna that essential services necessary for a person's basic needs, including healthcare, education, housing, and access to clean water and food, shall not be operated for profit. Any attempt to profit from the provisions of essential services shall be strictly prohibited. Legality of free enterprise. Whilst essential services shall not be profited upon, free enterprise is recognised and protected within Severna for the purpose of encouraging innovation, competition, and economic development. The state shall establish regulations and safeguards to ensure that free enterprise does not compromise the fundamental rights and well-being of the people. Article 6. Enforcement and regulation. Regulation of free enterprise. The state shall have the authority to regulate enterprise to prevent its activities from conflicting with the fundamental principles and interests of Severna. The enforcement of prohibition. The state shall take appropriate measures to enforce a prohibition on profiteering from basic necessities, including establishing regulatory bodies to monitor compliance and ensure welfare and security of the people. Article 7. Amendment process. Amendments to the Constitution. Amendments to this Constitution may be proposed by the National Workers' Congress, regional workers' federations, the Council of Experts, or by petition from workers' assemblies. Proposed amendments must be discussed and ratified, a majority of workers' assemblies to be incorporated into the Constitution. Article 8. Supremacy of the Constitution. This Constitution is the supreme law of Severna. Any law or policy that conflicts with the Constitution is void. Article 9. Ratification. This Constitution shall be ratified by the majority vote of the workers' assemblies annually across Severna. Article 10. Enactment. Effective date 21st of the 8th, 68. This Constitution has come into effect upon ratification by the workers' assemblies, marking the beginning of a new era for Severna. Fluit Salopia.